fight here with one of the best young trainers in boxing, Ben Davison. Ben,
Only young.
but below 30 years old, right?
26.
It was an extra compliment. But Ben, you had Tyson in the ring saying he wants a knockout, but it seems his style is more of a slick boxer type. So does that mean we see a little more aggression from Tyson in this fight, or is that not what you want to see?
Look, you have to take each fight as it comes. We don't know what adaptations that Tom Schwarz will be able to make in there. So, if the opportunity's there to put the pressure on, then maybe that's something we'll look at. And, we're always focusing on developing Tyson's game, all-round game, not just, focusing on one area. When you're developing a boxer, you have to work on strengths and weaknesses. So, we're developing his whole game. And if there's opportunities there for Tyson to put pressure on Tom Schwarz, then maybe we'll look to do that. But, we've got a plan in place and we'll follow that. Unless, like I say, Tom Schwarz makes adaptations where we need to make adaptations out of what we've already planned for.
And Sonny Conto, I interviewed him, and he said, not him, but everybody else that's been in there with him has gotten knocked down. He said that he's hitting really hard. Is that harder than usual? I mean, Conto hasn't been in this camp before, or
it is something that we've said. We're not just talking absolute bollocks when we say that he lost 10 stone. How are you going to be at full strength when you've lost 10 stone, which is 140 pounds? You're not going to be 100% and 100% strong. So now he's recovered from that weight loss that he had to go through, and yeah, he is stronger than previously, of course.
So he should be in a lot better condition and everything else versus what he was at when he went into the Wilder fight.
Yes, and so far, performance-wise, what I've seen so far is the best I've seen him so far.
And Ben, I imagine you're a guy who breaks down a lot of tape. What do you see from Schwarz when you were watching those tapes?
Obviously, I can't go into too much details because those things are a bit of things that we're looking to exploit come fight night. But, I also see some strengths. He's young, hungry, unbeaten. He's tall. He's 18 stone, fast hands, fast feet. But like I say, there are flaws there that I'm not going to go into that we will look to exploit.
Could you tell me maybe why he was selected, though? I mean, he's 6'5", 24-0. So what's there that would make Top Rank one?
He's number 2 with the WBO. He's a big, good-looking guy, and he's tall, like we saw with Anthony Joshua. When you have to make your style has to change when you're boxing the shorter guys. You have to make adaptations. When you're boxing somebody tall, your style will have to change again, and we don't want to have to make the adaptation from somebody tall. At the time, it was Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder were the biggest rivals. To then have to make the adaptation to somebody small to make the adaptation back to somebody tall again. So, we'll be looking to box big opponents that keep us prepared for the Deontay Wilder fight.
What do you think the Wilder fight did for him, just in terms of, I know he's always had a lot of confidence, but how do you think it's changed his life?
The biggest change in his life, to be honest, was mentally. He obviously has suffered badly with mental health, which he's very outspoken about. And going from the comeback, the first fight, there was still issues there. Going into the second fight, there was still issues there. Going into the Wilder fight was that tunnel vision that he needed, and to be honest, it was going into that fight week I saw the biggest change in him come back to being, I'd say, as close to 100% mentally strong, and not strong because he's always been mentally strong, but mentally comfortable and balanced is the right word, I've seen for a long time.
Has he maintained that up until this?
To be honest, when we went straight back into training on January the 1st, and I was expecting a blip, but I didn't really see one, and obviously he has little bits of ups and downs, as everybody does, and he's a sufferer of mental health, so he's bound to have that, but he's a lot better, and that's the biggest thing that we can take away from that fight, because at the end of the day, boxing's a sport, we love it, it's our passion, but it means nothing if you're not sound and 100% there mentally.